Hi, this is Arthur Carmazzi, best-selling author and currently ranked as one of the world's top 10 thought leaders in organizational culture and leadership, and welcome to the Experts MBA. Today we have some very special guests. Once again, we have Alessandro Carmazzi and Dante Carmazzi. Now, here is what this show is going to be about today. So now the Experts MBA is usually about how to essentially develop your business as a coach, speaker, consultant, or trainer. Well, oftentimes we have found and we know that writing a book is an essential factor, is an essential part of your credibility. So here is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going through a coaching process so that I can get Dante and Alessandro to write a book within the next 1 to 2 months. So here is the thing. We're going to be kind of going through this and seeing what they're doing and kind of taking a behind the scenes look and also looking at some of the coaching. And the challenge here is going to be whether you can finish a book before Dante, who is 10, and Alessandro, who is 7, can finish their book and publish it. And then, of course, we're going to do the competition on who can make more book sales. All right?
Okay.
So let's look at what, first of all, if we're going to write a book, you got to come up with a topic. So what are some of the topics? Okay, let's start with Dante. All right?
So,
what are the topics that you're thinking of?
well, I have a lot of topics.
Okay, but you got to focus on one, and you have to understand, before you even think of the topic, who's your audience? Who are you going to be selling the book to?
Well, I'm gonna do it for mostly kids.
Okay, what age?
Around to maybe 15.
All right, okay.
Or like that. That's all pretty old.
So from what to 15?
At least up to 5.
Okay, from 5 to 15, okay? All right, so smart kids that can read at 5. All right, so
or maybe sometime, maybe up to 7.
all right, okay,
That's
so
more practical.
7 to 15, okay, so that's going to be more practical. So what will these kids want to read about, and what kind of a book are you thinking of? What's the topic?
The history of life.
Okay, you got to look into the camera. when you're doing it, okay? All right.
Well, I'm gonna say two of my best ones. The history of life, or
Okay, now history of life. Okay, history of life, is that going to be interesting for 7 to 15-year-olds?
very interesting.
Okay, well, what would be the angle that you would take to make it interesting for a 7 to 15-year-old who, is maybe doesn't want to read something big, and also, of course, you're also 10, so something that's not going to really, challenge you so much that you end up spending 24 hours a day working on a book. Okay, so what can you do, okay, that makes the history of life more interesting for your target audience?
Without stressing me out.
Without stressing you out.
Well, first I'm gonna start talking about the introduction. Of course, you need an introduction for a science book.
Okay, so it's a science book.
This is
okay,
not
is it going to be a fun science book, Dante?
Yeah, I'm gonna do fun facts.
Fun facts. Okay, so you're going to do fun facts. Okay, that's good. What else are you going to do? Are you going to do some drawings? Or are you going to do some maps? Or what are you going to do with it? Are you going to dealing with dinosaurs mostly? Because I know you love dinosaurs.
Yeah, obviously. So I might. I'm gonna obviously start from the very beginning. And did you know that the first cell was called? There was a cell so old it's not a bacteria, but it's not even an eukaryote, a very special type of bacteria.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
It's called Luca, and it's so simple that it's like the first thing that ever in the world to be a living thing.
Cool. So that's going to be one of the fun facts in your book, right?
Yeah,
okay.
and the cell part.
So how many, okay, so history of life, I guess we start from the Single cell, right? So, how many pages do you want your book to be?
At least up to 50.
50 pages.
Because I already did almost up to 45, but a glitch happened in my my other story, and then
those are part of your but that's not part of your book because this is a new project.
I know, I'm just telling my old story.
Okay.
I was writing a story. I was on 40.
Okay, and what we have to do here is focus, Dante. We've got to focus on the project at hand because the viewers don't have time to kind of go off. The viewers need to also be focused because they're learning how to write a book, just like you are. All right, so you're going to focus right now. You're writing, you want approximately 50 pages within the next 2 months. Are you going to have pictures within this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do even the geological time scale. Oh.
All right. The geological what?
Time scale.
The geological time scale.
It tells about all the time periods.
Okay, excellent. All right. So you have a general outline, and you were going to call it The History of Life by Dante, or what do we call it exactly?
The history of life since the very beginning.
Okay, well, let's try to make it something that's going to be more fun for kids, right? Because we have to have a title that's good for kids, too, because that's your target audience.
Well, when I'm actually not going to do this in regular typing. I'm actually going to have to do this in a Photoshop way. So.
Okay, so you're going to do some stuff with Photoshop. All right.
With the words. And make it like lights on around it.
All right,
like
well, that's the cover.
Cool.
So you can, so we can work with the cover later. Okay, how about you, Alessandro? What do you want to do?
Are you going to do a game book?
So my title is about...
Games?
No, it's about a funny crocodile.
A funny crocodile. Okay, so Alessandro is 7 years old. Okay, so look into the camera. So tell us a little bit about the funny crocodile. What does the crocodile do? Is this a kid's book?
Yeah.
A very kiddie book.
And what does the who's your audience? How old are the kids?
Oh, don't say.
It's 3 to
Are you
7.
Are you making your brother wrong, Dante?
No.
You
3
sure?
to 7.
Okay, 3 to 7 years old. Okay, so it's going to be a fun kids book about a crocodile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and what's the story going to be about, more or less? What is this crocodile going to do? Is he going to teach the kids something?
No. He was once like walking, and then he went into the water with all the other crocodiles. And then he accidentally slapped the other crocodile's face with his tail.
Okay, so this is still going to be a story of what happens when kids make mistakes, except that you're using the crocodiles kind of, as the avatars for, what kids can do when they accidentally hurt somebody or make a mistake with some of their friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. And how many pages is your book going to be?
Only about 20.
20 pages.
Or 10.
Well, okay, it should be at least 20 to be published because we're going to be publishing these on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we're going to be using CreateSpace, and we're going to be coaching you guys to do this yourself. So you will be the ones that are going to be putting this together. So, okay, so this is what we've got so far. We have a general working direction of what we're going to write, who the audience is, okay? So the first thing that we're going to start doing now is we're going to come up with a working title, and we're going to break it down into chapters based on roughly the number of pages. So maybe 5 pages and 4 chapters for Alessandro's book, okay, and 5 pages each chapter, okay, so that'll equal 20. And if you're going to do 50, okay, maybe between 40 and 50, maybe we'll do 4 chapters or maybe 5 chapters for you with 10 pages each. Does that sound reasonable?
Well, let me think about it. So, introduction, 10.
Well, the introduction might be shorter.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Okay.
5. And then the last part is the index, so I can do 5 for that.
5 for the index? You really think an index is going to take that long?
Okay, I don't know what to add for the 5 or whatever. So.
Okay, so anyway, you 50 pages, so you got all these different...
I can also do 5 for the cell. That's simple.
5 pages?
For
That's a lot of pages for one cell. Okay, why don't we, so what you're here's my recommendation, okay? Because you're going to be doing history of life overall, so maybe you can take it into time periods, okay?
Oh, I am doing time periods.
That way each section or chapter can be a time period, and you can kind of go through some of the little bits and pieces from there of fun facts. How's that? Does that sound like a reasonable idea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plus I can also tell about creatures like that. So I am going to do introduction 5.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about all the ancient prehistoric cells, not just Luca.
Well, why don't
That's why I'm doing 5.
Okay, so why don't we? So let them read the book. Don't give the book away right now. Okay, so this is the beginning of the challenge. Okay, so we've kind of gone through this little process with Dante and Alessandro, and now let's see if you could go through this process with yourself, come up with at least an idea of what you're going to be writing about, and of course who your target audience is first, so that you can write to them, and then come up with a basic outline. So in the next video that we're going to do, we're going to show you more or less what the kids have done, and we're going to go to the next step of writing the book, and hopefully you are going to come along with us. Do make sure that you give Dante and Alessandro some advice, okay? So write some comments, okay? What do you think? Do you think they're going to do it? You think they're not going to do it? You think they'll achieve their goal? Are you working with them to achieve your book at the same time they're going? So here's the thing, okay? You need to encourage Dante and Alessandro and let them know what you think about their project. You need to give them some advice. Tell them what you think. If you think that they're doing too much, because sometimes we start a little bit ambitious, like 50 pages might be a little ambitious for Dante, okay? But let's see if he can do it, okay? I think that as long as you try to make sure that you know what you can do, and you come up with a strategy to make it happen, that you guys can do anything. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't make too big. Make it small initially so that you're sure you can finish it, and by the time you get there, then you can decide, oh wow, I can do more, and you can expand on it. That way you feel good of doing more than your own expectation. So every time you do something, there's always a little bit further that you can go. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, and could I explain my thing of continuing?
Which one? You're going to explain the book? Don't explain the book, because we're going to do that in the next video, okay?
Okay, so I'm sorry that we left up to the cell part.
Okay, don't worry about the cell part. We're going to be good. Right now we're going to help them to do their book. So, anything else you want to say about writing the book, not about the story in the book?
Good luck! Because we finished I went up to 45 like last year at December, right? It's December, right?
Yeah.
At December, and I was up to 45, but then a glitch happened.
But now what we're going to be doing is make sure that you always save your work, okay, so that you don't have any glitches, and make sure that you are focused on the task at hand. Okay, anything else to say, Alessandro?
No.
Okay, so this is Arthur Carmazzi and Dante
Carmazzi
and
Alessandro Carmazzi.
wishing you
great success!